engine scream and roar. Northwest Truck Series is kicking down the door. ARCA rigs are flying, dusting up the pines. Sasquatch in the stands, sipping moonshine. Feel the tires burn, hear the crowd ignite. iRacing's finest, day or night. From the Rockies to the coastal line, LSRTV's where the legends shine. Oh, Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race covers got rebellious souls. So crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Yeah, yeah, Northwest Racing reigns supreme. 3 wide in the corner, inches revving high. A southern tradition beneath the northwest sky. Checking flags waving, hearts beat like a drum. Sasquatch roars for every single roar. Feel the tires burn, hear the crowd ignite. iRacing's finest, day or night. From the Rockies to the coastal line, LSRTV's where the legends shine. Oh, Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race covers got rebellious souls. Crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Yeah, yeah, Northwest Racing reigns supreme. Guitars are slinging, tracks taking a groove. Northwest boys got nothing to prove. Grabbing gears and rubbing doors. Northwest racers always bringing more. Oh, Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race covers got rebellious souls. Crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Yeah, yeah, Northwest Racing reigns supreme. Watch Northwest Racing with Charles, Wesley, and Jeremy on LSRTV. And maybe Bigfoot too.
Forget the crowded parks and backyard sparklers. The real show is at your local track. Dirt flying, engines roaring, and fireworks blasting overhead. Thursday night, we're kicking things off at Rocket Raceway Park. The action continues on Friday with Lafayette County, Sabine, Hunt County, and Boyd. And on Saturday, buckle up for even more at Grayson, Boot Hill, Southern Oklahoma, Super B, and 105 Speedway. It's full throttle racing, fireworks that'll shake the sky, and memories that'll stick long after the smoke clears. Get out to your local track or join the fun from anywhere on Race On.
Elevate your next event with our next level screens. Bring them closer to the action. Stunning LED displays for sporting events, concerts and festivals, corporate conferences, trade shows, or seminars. Captivate your audience. We deliver, set up, and let your crowd see every moment. Provide real-time content updates. Advertise to large audiences. And with our content services on site, reach maximum exposure. This is Done Right TV, LED screen rentals and sales. Call or visit us online. Bookings are going fast.
I mean, my big boy size here. Oh, this thing right here is pretty sporty. I'm gonna try it out. Man, this thing's love right here, boy. We'll be here for a minute.
Welcome to Racing 101. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to drive a super late model.
Appreciate you coming by, Bags.
Well, I enjoyed it.
All right, have a good day.
Same-day shipping?
You got to go.
Will you help me get this thing to the house?
Same-day shipping.
Ultra Shield seats. So comfy, you don't want to get out of them. Available at Day Motorsports.
I think I'm gonna put this thing in the living room.
Oh, we're back at it again. The Here's Your Shine 150 and math class and algebra and English and social studies and history goes on again. There you go.
What is going on here?
It's a history test and you failed.
Well, I wasn't good at
Pocono.
geometry.
Pocono Raceway is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Shine Pocono 150. We've got the ARCA cars here tonight. We're going to go 60 laps, 150 miles when this thing's all said and done. Welcome to the tricky triangle of virtual iRacing. I'm Wesley Outland. We've got my buddy Emmett Crow here this evening, filling in for regular color commentator, Mr. Jeremy Stanley. Not sure where he's at. Whatever's going on, he couldn't get away from it, I understand. Down in Florida. And, of course, we got Mr. Charles Wooten punching the buttons, as always. We used to have an introduction that had our names and who we are, who Charles is. You know, just everything just got so laid back now. Anyhow, Emmett, how are you doing, buddy? Coming in from kind of sound like me, coming in from a baseball game and now ready to call some iRacing, brother. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Wesley, and everybody at LSRTV. Thanks for having me as well. Yeah, looking forward to this race. There's no turn 4 here, Wesley. Going to the tricky triangle, it's going to be crazy, and got to always watch out for that tunnel turn in turn 2.
Yeah, always got to keep an eye on all that and watch out to see what goes on. As right now we are kind of right now in a holding pattern as we are down to the final 3 minutes of qualifying. Actually, qualifying has concluded. Let me verify that, as close to 30 cars are here tonight. But Ryan Bay has set fast time, 53.345 seconds. That's the fastest of anybody on the track. I mean, Tyler King turned to 53.403. But Ryan Bay right now, the man that is going to be the guy that will lead us to the green flag. And obviously he's going to try to look for his second win of the season. Ryan Bay obviously won back at Echo Park, Atlanta in round 2 of the year. We'll see what he can do here this evening at the Tricky Triangle. Here's your weather conditions, by the way, on the bottom right of the monitor. It's a beautiful day for racing on the virtual sim at Pocono, 66 degrees. Northeast winds at 9 to 11 miles an hour. Overcast conditions. Humidity at 66%. I mean, it's just perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely perfect. And, with that low humidity, that's going to hurt the downforce on these cars. So it's going to be interesting, especially going down that long pond straightaway, how they're going to do handling in the draft.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye on that and watch and see what all these guys will be able to do here in just a bit. By the way, if you want to recap what happened last week, it was Bryce Dickman breaking through, picking up his first ever win in Northwest Racing Series competition. It was a caution field fest race, but at the end of New Hampshire, it was Bryce Dickman picking up the win in round number 10. This is round 11 here tonight, and obviously, qualifying has concluded. They're going through their final words of, following race directors and drivers meeting and whatnot. And then once that's done, we'll get this field set up here. Emmett, this track at Pocono, it's got the longest straightaway of NASCAR, right? A lot of people don't realize that, but the longest straightaway, the widest straightaway as well. I mean, you're brave enough on the front stretch. You can stick it 5, 6, 7 wide if you want to, 8 wide. You can do it. But the thing is if you do that, if you get that brave, you better be ready to get on the binders and stick it back to the bottom on the inside, because if you don't, we could see calamity going into turn number 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Wesley. I mean, we've seen so big wrecks, but like you said, we've seen cars go 5, even 6 wide here. And it's all about in those turns, you got to get it down to those turtles. And that's where the fast line is, but sometimes if you just stretch it out just a little bit further, you could have calamity happen like we were talking about just a second ago.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye on that, as right now these drivers, I believe, are beginning to grid, as we'll be ready to turn them loose here in just a moment. Without further ado, let's introduce the starting lineup for tonight's race here at Pocono. Ryan Bay will be on the pole, as I mentioned, fast qualifier in his Chevrolet number 29, the runner-up of the points championship last season. Tyler King, the 21 Ford, makes up row number 1. Chevrolet Kevin Smith for the 00, row 3 on the row 2 on the inside, third, and the Toyota of Sean Breitzman on the outside of row number 2 in the 46. Row number 3 will find Chris White and a Ford of Bryce Dickman, the 15 and the 18, and Bryce Dickman, the winner last week at New Hampshire. Row number 4 will find a couple of Fords with Frank Harris in the 77 and the 27 of Paul Newton. And your row number 5, top 10, will find Callum Guyroy and Bobby Grady. The Chevrolet and the Toyota will make up row 5 there, Emmett.
Yeah, I need to. I'm in the dark about the starting grid because I don't see anything on my screen.
Hang on, let me help you. My goodness, got to do everything. All right, let's go on and check up row number 6 now, guys. Start your music over again, Charles. Moving on to row number 6, everybody will find the drivers of Tim Garski in the Ford, Travis Barnes on the outside in the Ford as well. Row 7, Taylor Alto in the 88 Chevrolet in the Ford 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Moving on to row number 8, you will find the driver of Seth Cooper in the Ford and the Chevrolet of Brian Barnes in the 4. Former Northwest Cup champions, what I meant to say. Jake Pinagoro in the Chevrolet and Casey Garber in the Ford make up row number 9. And your top 10 will find Tom Wynja, Chevrolet, Ford, Kyle Matthews in 34. Moving on to the rest of the pack, row 11, Jason Leake in the Ford, Stephen Paulison in a Ford, row 11. Row 12, Ryan McLeod in a Ford, Chevrolet, John Odenbacher. Row 13, Ray Partridge and Gary Nichols, they're all in Fords. Then we'll move on to the rest of the pack, and it'll find, let's see here, Devin Matthews of the 96, Dana Rogers of the 07, all in Fords. Chevrolets in row number 14 will find the drivers of Dana Rogers and Troy Daggett. Ray Fournier will start at the back in the Northwest. Ray Fournier will start in the 26 Ford. And it looks like John Odenbacher has decided to either start from the rear or go to back. And that's your starting lineup for the Northwest ARCA Series tonight here at Pocono. You got time and score now, Emmett?
Yes, sir, I do.
There you go. Let's take a look at the race analysis as they'll be coming to green next time by. This race, as I mentioned, will be 150 miles, 60 laps. There will be a caution break. That'll be coming up on lap number, I think it was 40 of the race, or 20, lap 20 of the race. There you go. Now you're caught up. There'll be, they call it stages, but there's stages. There's not really stages in ARCA. There'll be basically a competition caution at lap number 20. And then, of course, a 40-lap push to the finish. That'll break it down to the 150 miles. 30 laps will be 75 miles, by the way. This race total is 60 laps. And we'll be ready to try to find out all that information here in just a moment as Ryan Bay, Tyler King are coming out of turn number 3. What turn 4? Pocono. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's go time. We're underway. Pocono. Let's see what happens. Ryan Bay leads them down to the inside. Everybody plays nice for the time being. Maybe a little breaking out of 2 and 3 wide, but they'll work their way into the first turn. And it'll be Ryan Bay for the whole shot. Heading to you in turn 1.
Coming out of turn 1, Ryan Bay trying to hold on to the position. He's out by himself. But now the battle with Tyler King and Kevin Smith is on for second, Wesley.
They'll work their way into that corner now, down into turn number 2 off the tunnel turn. There's the short chute part of the course here at Pocono. A little out of groove there. Bobby Grady for just a moment. Seth Cooper down to the inside of him with the 98 right. Here comes the 88. Taylor Alto right up the middle with the help of Stab now. Here they come thundering off of turn number 3. Coming down to the line here at the tricky triangle. 1 lap in, 59 to go. Ryan Bay leads the opening lap. Meanwhile, Callum Gilroy, Grady, Cooper, they battle going into turn 1.
Yeah, Smith's going to take the position away from Tyler King. Meanwhile, up for second, but this ain't over, Wesley, as they go down this long back straightaway. As we take a look right here, see them come in, it's Bay, King, and Smith. Now that King has taken the position away from Smith, but he's under fire, Wesley, from Brightsman in 4th.
By the way, remember, Lucky Dog is on. 2 attempts at overtime if need be. No fast repairs. 5 sets of tires. That's the car's original set they started the race on. And we got a big crash. Oh, my goodness. Big trouble. Oh, boy. Matthews and other cars collected in this calamity coming into turn number 2 on lap 2. Kyle Matthews, Troy Daggett, Ryan McLeod, and a host of others wrecking for the first conquer of the night, Emmett.
Yeah, big wreck right here as we take a look as the 34, let's see what happens right here. Gets down on the apron just a hair, but I'm trying to see as, oh, there it is right there. There's the contact.
Paulison bounced off the wall, guys.
Oh, man, that's
Even
a hard lick.
Paulison bounced off the wall, and it was nowhere to go for the other cars. My goodness, big trouble over there.
Well, that's like we were talking about, Wesley. You know, these cars are so close together, and just one wrong move, as we see that car's just crab walking to the pits. But yeah, watch right here as the 38, sorry, the 58 is going to bounce off the wall right here. Maybe here in a second. There it is right there. It came out of frame, but man, tough lick for the 34 and everybody else involved.
Boy, badly damaged those cars. This like says Kyle Matthews, Troy Daggett, and Ryan McLeod, the worst for wear. You see him crab walking down the racetrack here, no doubt about it. Remember, Emmett, there was no fast repair, so they got to go on that damaged vehicle policy, and it takes time to get those cars repaired. And obviously, there you see the outcome of what just happened. So another multi-car. Oh, wow, look at this guy. He is trying.
He's almost got it.
Trying to get onto the pit lane, crab walking. He's cattywampus. And he will make it onto pit road. I got a feeling Matthews might call it. I don't know. That car is badly, badly damaged, boy. A lot of cars on pit road. Drivers involved included not only the 34 of Kyle Matthews, but Stephen Paulison, Ryan McLeod, Gary Nichols, Dana Rogers, Ray Partridge, Troy Daggett. It looks like a junkyard right now in the early going at Pocono on the pit lane, Emmett.
Yeah, just a junkyard down here on pit lane. Take a look at the 37 also involved, but looked like the 37 might not have had as bad damage as some of these guys, Wesley.
Gonna try to bring in Ryan Bay. Ryan McLeod. Yeah, we'll see if we can try to bring him in here. Try to see if we can bring in Ryan McLeod here and get his thoughts of what just happened, how badly damaged his car is and whatnot. Part of the EM team. Ryan McLeod, it's the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Ryan, what's your take on what happened there, man? Pretty big crash to start things off for the night.
It just looks like a little bit of people not really leaving too much room and just nowhere to go after for a lot of us that were on the high side.
How badly damaged is your car right now, Ryan?
Not as bad as I originally thought, so I think we should be able to gain back a little bit and hopefully make it to the front.
Getting the 1 to go indication. Thanks for your time, buddy. Bring him back with the EBM. That's Ryan McLeod, everybody. And there you go. Let's bring in Kyle Matthews real quickly before we go back for a restock. God knows his car's still on the pit lane. Kyle, it's the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what happened out there? Car's badly damaged.
It looks like by the time they said clear, I got clipped on the right rear, and then it turned into the wall, and it pretty much ended my night, unfortunately.
I do got to say, great piece of driving cattywampus crap walking back to the pit lane.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun for a minute. Too bad I couldn't race that whole way. I kind of learned how to drive the steering wheel a little bit that way, but unfortunate deal, and we'll just watch the race and go on to next week.
So you pretty much done for the night?
Yes, sir.
Emmy, got anything before we go back to green?
I mean, nah, not really. Tough break, though, and good luck next week, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
A couple of EBM drivers we just spoke with Ryan McLeod and Kyle Matthews. They are out of the race after a pretty big crash there in the early going. Let's set things back up for a restart for you, as we'll get ready to turn them back loose again here, coming to lap number 5 when they come back to the green flag. Ryan Bay and Tyler King on the front row, still at Chevrolet and Ford. Toyota, Sean Brightsman, Kevin Smith right there. Chris White, top 5. Harris Dickman, winner last week. Newton Guyroy, Grady, top 10. Here they come. Don't count out Paul Newton as well. He's in 7th. Back to the restart zone. Green flag flies. 5 in, 15 to go in stage 1. And they will watch Ryan Bay pull at Chevrolet for the whole shot again into turn number 1, Evan.
Yeah, Ryan Bay getting away from Tyler King only for a moment. Oh, my gosh,
Oh, boy.
Wesley.
Another crash. It looked like Jeff Stabnow got collected. He gets turned every which way but loose. Another host of cars collected. Worse for wear, Jeff Stabnow on the restart. Just bad luck there for those guys inside the top 15. And I wonder if he got tagged.
That's what I was wondering, too.
Brian Barnes, and there goes Garber's car. All these guys scatter. Here, keep an eye on the 24. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
What was Dana Rogers? No. Who was that?
04 of Tim Garski.
Yeah, what in the world was Tim Garski thinking? Watch the 04 right here, guys. Tim Garski went from the top to the bottom and hit the right front of the 24 and just sent him spinning. And then the 50 and the 8 involved. Oh, boy.
Tough break, for sure.
Jason Lee caught up in it. Gary Nichols caught up in it. Jeff Stabnow. Damage, pulls away. There's a look at what just happened. Watch it again on the replay one more time. I think we're going to ride on with the 04 Garski. Watch this. He's got Barnes behind him. Rick Barnes tapped him.
That's what I was wondering, but it looked like, let's see, right
No.
here.
No,
he
Barnes
just
is nowhere
looked
near
up.
him. Wow.
Oh, man.
You know what it looked like? Emmett, it looked like Garski went from the top to the bottom, and then he panicked, and when he panicked, he knew he was going to hit the 24.
Well, and he had to lift, too, and he didn't account for that right there, Wesley. And, oh, man, I think he tried to get the run on the 24. Sorry, excuse me, not the 24, the car in front of the 24. Oh, man. Well,
Wow, just ran out of room. Oh, boy. That's not a way to start the night. Tried to interview Jeff Stabnow on Monday night, and we jinxed him, and he got caught up in a crash.
Oh, dang.
Well, cautions in the early going of this one. That took out some good cars. Let's check in with Jeff Stab now. Team LSRTV, get his take of what happened here. Jeff, it's the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy? Jeff, broadcast booth, you got a copy? Jeff, you there? Copy? Jeff Stab now. All right.
I mean, that was a hard lick.
Jeff Stab now, no comment. Boy. Well, we already got, what, 6, 7 cars already damaged on the pit lane already. I mean, we'll get the one to go indication. We'll try this again. So far, the opening stage has been caution filled. Caution on lap number 2, and then on a restart, lap number 6. And multiple drivers called up in it. Emmett, not the way you want to start Pocono.
No, definitely not the way you want to start Pocono, especially not having any fast repairs. But I got to tell you, for some of these guys, they've had some great starts, like Frank Harris and Kevin Smith, of course, Sean Brightsman, Paul Newton, and Bobby Grady, all having great runs early on in this race, Wesley.
Jeff Stabnow just sent me a text message personally, and he said Mike is broke. So
oh, dang.
That is why he's not able to talk with us. He's not able to talk. Mike is broke. There you go. Bay King front row, Brightsman Smith row 2, Harris White row 3, Grady Newton, Cooper Dickman, all these guys up in the top 5 rows so far, trying to miss the calamity. We'll get ready to turn them back loose again. By the way, Frank Harris leads the way with the most starts in the Northwest Racing Series Fun League. Tonight will be start number 48 for the driver in that Sunkiss number 77, back right now in the number 5 position. Actually 6th, actually. Here we come. Pace truck will drop onto the pit lane. Can we get a pretty lengthy green flag run going, guys? Back to the restart zone. Back it away. Ryan Bay, another flawless restart on the gas at the 29. He'll hit us in that Chevrolet. Back off into turn number 1.
Yeah, coming out of turn number 1, they're all chasing Bay. But as you look at Sean Brightsman trying to look on the inside of Kevin Smith, can't do it. Smith with the advantage, but don't look now, Wesley, because here comes Frank Harris on the outside.
Harris trying to make a run here to the inside. He will go to the bottom and power that machine. That's, of course, trying to get up under Sean Brightsman. Then you get the Mountain Dew car. It's the one of Bobby Grady with a very obtuse-like green color. Slime green, if you will. Cooper on his inside as they work their way, coming off of the corner. It's now the 15. Chris White, Cooper on the inside. We're 3 wide for just a moment. Bobby Grady on the high side. He'll pull around them as they go back into turn 1.
Yeah, you see the snake effect as he got right up on the back bumper of the 98 of Seth Cooper, and you saw the little snake effect trying to break the draft. But Grady gets the position, so move Grady to P6. He's up 4 spots since the restart, Wesley.
Yeah, he'll try to go for that spot again, as you mentioned. Watch Cooper down on the bottom. There goes Travis Barnes as well. And that 0-10. There goes now the 94 Garber, hooked up behind the back of the 88. Taylor Alto, that's in the top 15. Garber to the inside of Alto. Open the door. Ryan McLeod back in this thing again. The 37 got caught up in a wreck earlier. He's right there. The battle of the beer cars. Miller, Budweiser, down into turn 1.
Yeah, going down into turn 1. The 88 got the advantage. Oh, 15 goes around.
Chris White a little sideways there. Not sure what happened. It's a single car accident as Chris White will get sideways. Caution. Oh, he just lost it. He just lost it in the corner. Let's see if he might have got a little bump there. Well, let's see. He's got Jake Pinagora behind him. I don't know. He might have just checked up and lost it and spun.
Well, I was trying to think what happened.
Yeah. Caution out. Third one. Not even 15 laps into this thing. Working lap number 12. We're going to step away and take a break. Thank our sponsors. We got more coming up. Stay with us. So far, Ryan Bay has led the opening 12 laps of a caution-filled start at Pocono for ARCA.
You don't just watch this kind of racing, you feel it. You feel it in your chest when the green flag drops, in the dirt hanging in the air. And when you can't be there in person, when the night's long and the engines fire somewhere miles away, that's where we come in. From the front stretch to your front porch, from the stands to your living room, the best racing you'll ever see lives right here. This ain't just a stream, it's the edge of your seat.
Forget the crowded parks and backyard sparklers. The real show is at your local track. Dirt flying, engines roaring, and fireworks blasting overhead. Thursday night, we're kicking things off at Rocket Raceway Park. The action continues on Friday with Lafayette County, Sabine, Hunt County, and Boyd. And on Saturday, buckle up for even more at Grayson, Boot Hill, Southern Oklahoma, Super B, and 105 Speedway. It's full throttle racing, fireworks that'll shake the sky, and memories that'll stick long after the smoke clears. Get out to your local track or join the fun from anywhere on Race On.
Trying to find speed? The team at Dirt Tire Warehouse and Piranha Race Tire Service show exactly that. Don't believe us? Check out the race winner stickers on the Fast Guys cars. We groove, sight, match, size, and mount your dirt racing tires so you're race ready every time. Dirt Tire Warehouse and Piranha Race Tire Service. Take a bite out of the track and competition.
Be glad we're short-staffed. I brought you back in here. Welcome back, everybody. We have another yellow flag out. Cautions, breed cautions, breed cautions. Emmett Crow, I think he's back. He is unmuted right now, Charles, right? And let me, yeah, there he goes. This guy is yawning on the broadcast, y'all. He is a guest commentator, and he friggin' yawns. I'm like, what the hell? That's right, you do work for Amazon, right? Ain't that what you do during your full-time job?
Yes,
give him credit. He called a baseball game. Did you actually work the game, or did you shadowing tonight?
So, I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of hearsay. I think shadowing did music also helped with that, helped with the PA announcer.
All right. Well, we'll get ready to try to turn them back loose again here, so. All right, everybody. So we'll get ready for another restart as we have had cautions. Breeding cautions here. Want to say hello to Tommy Wygent. He says, yo, people. Go number 10, Ben Kapler, I'm sorry. Ben Kapler says, are you sure the timer was calibrated correctly? No way JP is that far back. I don't understand what you mean. Is he talking about timing and scoring was off or something? I mean, he turned a slow lap. He turned a slow lap. We'll get. Yeah, we only report what they give us. We'll get ready for a restart. Everybody strap in. We're coming green next time by.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Northwest Racing Series. Charles Wooten being a smart aleck producer in the background. It's my buddy Emmett Crow filling in tonight for Jeremy Stanley. I am Wesley Outland. And we'll do what? Oh, you mean this?
You're listening to Clayton Clovers Baseball on CRN, the Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification.
Yeah, sorry, guy. Yeah. Tried to make sure I did it right this time. But since you purposely want to call me out, I will plug it. Let's go back to green. All right, Ryan Bay, Tyler King on the restart. We're all single file with Smith and Brightsman door to door. Watch that Airstream Black 00 alongside the Blizzard 46. They're door to door. We're 3 wide. Harris in the middle into one.
Yeah, the 98 right there as Harris is trying to get back up there with Seth Cooper and Travis Barnes to go 3 wide once again. As we come down the long pond straightaway, it's going to be Ryan Bay, Tyler King, followed by Kevin Smith and Bryceman in fourth, Wesley.
All this going on is now Bobby Grady on the high side. There he goes. He's got Barnes on the bottom. Travis Barnes trying to run the rumble strips, the turtles on the apron here out of turn 3. Here they come, back down the front straightaway. Grady followed by Barnes. Annenbacher, they'll follow. That's position 6th, 7th, and 8th. They're nose to tail. Nobody kick steps out of line. They'll climb the bank and into one.
Yeah, John Annenbacher already up, Wesley. 17 positions from that last restart. So great run by John to get up in the top 10. But this battle is not over between Brightsman and Grady and Barnes as they go single file just for a moment, though. Look for Grady to try to get him on the outside right here, Wesley.
Yeah, just tried to make that move there for just a moment, but not good enough yet as they'll work their way again back down in the corner. All this happening as they'll go to the inside. There's Sean Brightsman. He'll make that move to the inside of the racetrack. Plenty of room given. All right, maybe not. They're a little contact. Smith and Brightsman, Win Racing, Team LSRTV. The battle continues. The virtual Northwest rivalry of ARCA now into turn 1.
Yeah, the rivalry continues, but up front, Tyler King giving Ryan Bay all he can to take over that race lead. Coming down the long pond straightaway, it's going to be Bay with the advantage, but Tyler King is just waiting for it to make his move, Wesley, as Kevin Smith jumps to the inside of Tyler King.
All this happening again now as they work their way again down in that corner. Side by side again as they work their way. Door to door. Now it's King on the high side. Look at Brightsman going to the bottom, but we're 3 wide if he'll do it. He'll go to the inside. Barnes now got a checkup. He got hip checked in front of the machine of Smith. Smith now weasels to the top, goes to the bottom, back to the top again. Brightsman clean air. No, Smith throws the block in one.
Smith throws the block on Travis Barnes, but meanwhile, here comes Tyler King. He's going to have drafting help now from Kevin Smith as they go down the long pond straightaway. Coming into the tunnel turn right here, it looks like Tyler King trying to find an advantage, but look at Barnes, Wesley, trying to get under Kevin Smith, and now Brightsman goes under Barnes.
Look at this crossover back to the inside below the rumble strips. Barnes now on the offensive on the top. Whoa, almost a little contact there. By the way, last lap. Final lap, stage number 1. They'll race it out. Bay in front. Final time into turn 1 for stage 1.
Yeah, look at John Ottenbacher making his way up through the field as now look at this. 3-car battle for the stage win. Down the long pond straightaway, Wesley. It's going to be Bay with the advantage, but Tyler King is not far behind.
And they'll work their way down that back straightaway now, off of the long pond straightaway. Here they come down to the tunnel, turn into 2. Now it's Bay now. He holds on to the front spot from the pole. Tyler King watching on for Beaver State. Win Racing follows with Smith right now. Everybody single file below the rumble strips. They come off the apron into turn 3, down to the line. The longest green flag run of the race as Smith and Barnes make contact. Fighting off turn 3, they come to the flag. Caution will come out here at the end of stage number 1. There it is, and it'll be Ryan Bay getting it done.
What a job by Ryan Bay. Just avoid all the calamity and the chaos that we had early on. Was able to get away. Never really had any challenges or passes for the lead. It's just a great job by Ryan Bay winning this stage.
Let's bring in Ryan Bay right now. Ryan, it's the broadcast booth. What a strong run for you going right now, sir.
Yeah, it's looking good. No dirty air up front. There's plenty of dirty air behind me, so I'm going to try to stay up here as long as I can.
Staying out of trouble, obviously, especially after all the calamity that happened behind you, the opening stage.
Yeah, hopefully they figure things out back there. That was the longest one we've had this race so far, and it was feeling pretty good. The car is really tight, and it seems to be building loose a bit, so hopefully we can get some more long runs so we can have some fun.
Ryan, Emmett, you got anything for Ryan?
I was going to ask you, so, you know, how do you prepare for these restarts? You know, you think you get going, and then there's another one right after another one. How do you get it prepared? Because it seemed like you were on the restarts just money every time.
Yeah, as long as I can stay in first, the restarts are going to be no problem. You can you get a really big advantage here with the long straightaways with getting a jump. So hopefully I can keep it up here, keep getting that advantage, and keep pulling away.
Well, buddy, we'll let you get back in your box. What team are you with again?
Beaver State, sir.
Beaver State Racing. Good hard racing between you and Tyler King, wasn't it?
Yeah, doing good. We'll see if he can get past me here. He might have been hanging back there, but we'll see.
To be the man, you got to beat the man, and that is the man, Ryan Bay. We're going to take a break, everybody. We got pit stops coming up. Stay with us. We've finished stage 1 at Pocono. Ryan Bay gets it done, and we will take you to the final 100 miles when we return.
What really sets On-Demand Shirts apart from everybody else is our people. Our people really care about every job that comes through here, and they treat it as their own. That paired with state-of-the-art equipment that we use on everything that we touch, that's really what ends up providing the top-notch quality that you guys come to expect. Because we've printed stuff from anywhere from a small boutique shop all the way to Fortune 500 companies, we have experience that goes all across every industry you can think of. From a very small job to 200,000 plus shirt job, we can handle it. Your brand is more than just a logo, it's an identity. At On-Demand Shirts, we create professional apparel that makes a statement. From uniforms to corporate gifts, your brand is in good hands. Contact us today so we can help elevate your company.
Forget the crowded parks and backyard sparklers. The real show is at your local track. Dirt flying, engines roaring, and fireworks blasting overhead. Thursday night, we're kicking things off at Rocket Raceway Park. The action continues on Friday with Lafayette County, Sabine, Hunt County, and Boyd. And on Saturday, buckle up for even more at Grayson, Boot Hill, Southern Oklahoma, Super B, and 105 Speedway. It's full throttle racing, fireworks that'll shake the sky, and memories that'll stick long after the smoke clears. Get out to your local track or join the fun from anywhere on Race On.
And we're back here at Pocono. Ryan Bay has just got done making pit stops as well as the other drivers, and they will come to the pit lane. We are told that roughly they're on 100% fuel capacity, so they could go around 30, 35 laps on a tank of fuel. 35's pushing it, Emmett, so I'm thinking around 30, 32 laps, but they all come down to the pit lane at lap number 22, except for some drivers that pitted early, except Sean Brightsman. He has not pitted yet. He's in the lead now. Paul Newton pitted at lap 13, as well as Bryce Dickman, last week's winner at the Magic Mile. Everyone else came down on pit lane, and it will be Ryan Bay and the other guys pitted at lap 22. That will be fourth on back. There you see him.
Yeah, and bold strategy call by Sean. But you were, like you were saying, these guys came in earlier, right? So, kind of a bold strategy move, but it'll be interesting to see if it pays out for Brightsman and Newton.
Now we'll get ready to set these guys back up for the restart and see how it goes here. Sean Brightsman, Bryce Dickman, they're on the front row. Bryce Dickman, by the way, got his first ever career in the Northwest Racing Series last Thursday night with a victory at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the race analysis so far in this race, the race details as we are heading just over 50 miles into this event. There it is, race recap. Heading to lap number 24 when they come back to green. Sean Brightsman is now the leader. There's been 4 cautions for 12 laps, 3 for on-track activities, 2 massive multi-car crashes on lap number 2, lap number 6. And then, of course, a single car accident with Chris White. The most recent yellow flag was on lap number 20 at the end of the stage. Ryan Bay from the pole is right now your stage 1 winner. He will restart in 4th. Set him up for the restart for you now in the top 10. Sean Brightsman along with the Toyota, and his Toyota, the Ford of Paul Newton, row 1. Ford of Bryce Dickman, Chevrolet Ryan Bay, stage 1 winner, row 2. Row 3 finds Chevrolet and Ford of Tyler King and Kevin Smith. It's the ovals of Travis Barnes, Seth Cooper of row 4, and the bow ties, Chevrolets of Annenbacher and Grady, and your top 5 rows. Top 10, pace truck onto the pit lane, ready to settle it here. Bryce Dickman having a little trouble getting going in the left-hand lane on the restart. He's got Kevin Smith all on the back of his trunk, then more junk in the trunk with Barnes and Cooper on the bottom behind Dickman. He's got a 5-speed. Brightsman gone in 1.
Brightsman gets away from Paul Newton as you see coming down the backstretch. Ryan Bay, our stage 1 winner and our pole sitter, showing that speed and why that car's fast and why he was the pole sitter as he's going to pass Dickman down the backstretch going into the tunnel track.
And they'll work their way down that backstretch at 3,050 feet here, 55 feet to be exact. Here comes now Barnes. He'll pull to the inside. He'll make a move on Cooper. That's for 7th and 8th. Grady watching on to the Mountain Dew colors. Here comes Slimer. He'll try to pull to the bottom. He's got to throw the block on Annenbacher and White as they work off 3.
Yeah, big block thrown by Travis Barnes on the 98 machine of Seth Cooper. But now you see Barnes go stay with the high side, get on the back of Tyler King. Now King trying to find some momentum as they come down the backstretch, Wesley.
Yeah, they're in turn number 1. That's 14 degrees of banking that models what the old Trenton Speedway used to be back in the day. Now they'll work their way down that long pond straightaway. 9 degrees of banking will greet them into turn number 2, which is about to be right now. Models the turns at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, at the world's greatest race course. Then they'll work their way down another part of the short chute into turn number 3. That's 6 degrees of banking, which models the famous Milwaukee Mile. It's Brightsman in the lead. Ryan Bay, Newton, Dickman, Smith. You just saw King. Now Bay starts to get on the defensive. Here comes Newton on the bottom of the racetrack looking for the second spot into 1.
Yeah, Newton, as we see Kevin Smith start to blink in and out. But now Paul Newton's going to get alongside of Ryan Bay, trying to get up to his corner panel. Can't do it going down the backstretch, but here comes Bryce Dickman on the inside as we see a good shot right here. You see them battling. They're almost 3 wide, Wesley, going into 2.
Thought about trying to go 3 wide. Dickman got loose there in the dirty air. He had to back away. He now loses a couple of spots. He'll now fall back to Newton and Smith. Dickman now gets back in line. Nose to tail. Bay will lead him now into the corner into 3.
Yeah, Bay keeping on to that P2 spot, but meanwhile, Paul Newton's right there, but they can't catch up to Breitzman because Newton's all over the back of Bay, and that's hurting him trying to catch up to Newton as they go into 1.
Here we go. Finally got a pretty lengthy, long green flag run as they work their way off into turn 1 after being on the longest front straightaway of NASCAR. It's Cooper to the inside. King up top. That's going to be Barnes. He'll pull out a line. They'll try to go door to door down the super stretch.
Going down the back stretch as they're side by side, 2 by 2, just for a little bit, as now we see Travis Barnes get alongside Seth Cooper trying to take the position away. Meanwhile, up front, we see Tyler King hanging on to that number 6 position. This battle for 7th, is still going on as we go into 2.
And now Tyler King will make his move on driver left, powers around Bryce Dickman, last week's winner at Magic Mile, New Hampshire. Almost a photo finish for that spot. That's going on for 5th. They're door to door. Now coming out of line comes Tyler King. He'll pull back to the bottom with Friends Barnes into 1. And now Ryan Bay going after Breitzman for the leader in 2.
Bay goes for the lead, coming down the backstretch. He thought about it. Now he'll tuck in line and just ride it out behind Breitzman. Got drafting help from Smith. Now I get a little bump from Smith. Trying to find a way as they come out of 2, Wesley.
Coming off of that tunnel turn now, it's Breitzman holding onto that spot. His Toyota in the top position, the all-time winner of the Northwest in the regular season. Also, by the way, a 6-time winner, now tied with Dennis Moore. Dennis Moore not here tonight. He told us Monday he would not be running ARCA. Breitzman could become the all-time winner of the Fun League as he leads them over Bay, Smith, Newton, Dickman, top 5, nose to tail into 1.
Dives into 1, Breitzman does in that 46 Toyota Camry. The Dairy Queen Blizzard machine as now Ryan Bay trying to find a way to get around this. Just a single file down the backstretch. Bay all over the back bumper of Breitzman. He'll try to find a way to get around him as they go into 2.
On the sound of these guys as they rumble down into the part of turn number 2 to the inside. Here they come down the short chute, working down 3 off of turn 3 now. Coming to the line, halfway this time by, 75 miles completed, 75 miles to go. Breitzman in the lead, but he's got a hornet's nest behind him of Bay and Smith in 1.
Yeah, Kevin Smith all over the back bumper of Ryan Bay, just trying to get the push. Now that Bay has the advantage, he'll pull alongside, give me a drag race down the backstretch for the lead. Here they come as you see them coming in. Oh, big wreck with Tyler King.
No! It looks like the guys wrecked each other. No caution is thrown yet. It's problems with Barnes, Seth Cooper, Tyler King. They get together. Caution's out now. Lap number 31, just after halfway. Here's a replay. Emmett, you saw it go down in turn 1.
Yeah, you saw it coming live into your living room, looking at it. As you see right here, looks like Travis Barnes. Oh man, let's see what happened. I think it was more down the backstretch. Oh, little contact with Newton. Oh man, just ping-ponged off of Wesley.
Yeah, they sure did. Watch this one more time. Watch that. That's the machine, the purple car. That is Seth Cooper. Travis Barnes, Tyler King. There's contact. Cooper into King. Bouncing off is Newton. Somehow slithering by is Travis Barnes and the other car of Paul Newton. They miss it. And the caution coming out here again just after halfway.
Well, another thing, Wesley, Bobby Grady, I don't know how he avoided that wreck. Just barely scooted by without getting any damage on that front end.
Yeah, what a save right there for him. That could have been disastrous as well. We're kind of watching the replay now as you saw it again, what just took place. What a good job by Paul Newton and the driver, Travis Barnes, to miss those accidents there. It's now we got a caution and the sun starting to really beam down on the racetrack, something that we didn't have earlier when we came on the air for the start of this race. But now as we work our 5th caution, Emmett, just after halfway, the sun is out, and what will that do to the cars as they work around the sunshine here?
Well, the thing is, with all that humidity, it produced a lot more downforce, but now with the sun peeking out, it's going to hurt the downforce on these cars, and it's going to heat these tires up, and this might turn into a tire race, Wesley, here in a little bit.
Yeah, tire race indeed. We'll have to keep an eye on that, as it looks like everybody except one lone wolf, John Annenbacher, stays out. Everybody else, though, on pit road, the leaders are in. This could possibly be the money stop for the race as well, Emmett.
Yeah, Bryce Dickman had a little bit of trouble, had to back up just a hair. That's going to hurt him as far as time-wise. As you see, a lot of cars already leaving. Newton leaving, now Bay. But it's going to be Paul Newton winning the race off pit road, Wesley.
Race off pit road, John Annenbacher will be showed as the leader. Paul Newton back, and then Ryan Bay, Sean Brightsman, all these other drivers will get back in tow, Emmett, and get ready to get back going again.
Yeah, we'll get them all back lined up, restack them, reline them up, and get ready to do it again. Can't wait for this restart. It's going to be interesting for sure to see how Ottenbacher's car handles with these cars that just got fresh tires, how that's going to handle if he's going to be a sitting duck or not, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. As we'll get ready to try to set him up for a restart here, is right now John Annenbacher up 23 spots. He did not come down to the pit lane. He, of course, right now is in the lead. He last pitted on lap number 22, 10 laps shy of everybody else who just came down pit road at lap number 32. I mean, are his tires really that worn out, Emmett? 10 laps? What do you think?
I mean, they shouldn't be, because like we were talking about, the sun's just now starting to peek out. So, I mean, I don't think the track's taking that much rubber as it will now, but it shouldn't be too bad. It'll be interesting for sure, Wesley, to see how he does on this restart.
All right. John Annenbacher. Let's bring in John. I want to bring him in real quickly. I haven't talked to John in a while. Always great catching up with him. He's one of the guys that are the people that are behind the LSRTV and the Northwest Racing Series, I meant to say. Let's bring him in and find out his strategy. John Annenbacher, it's the broadcast booth. Been a while, my friend. How you been?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good, sir. In the lead. What was the strategy of staying out there when everybody else pitted?
Oh, I didn't think we had a whole lot of laps on there, so I thought a few people would stay out, but I guess I was wrong.
There you go. So, do you really feel like your car tires are that worn out 10 laps, or do you feel like you can hang with them here?
No, I don't.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm okay here. Cautions have been coming. Cautions breed caution, so hopefully we'll get another caution here pretty soon. And I don't know if I'll have to come here.
Just hope you're not the one involved in it, right?
Exactly.
John, thanks for your time. Go get him.
You bet.
John Annenbacher, Billings, Montana. Same as Mr. Jeff Stabnow, who got crashed out earlier. By the way, mic problems for Jeff Stabnow, maybe where he wasn't able to talk, and he's already retired from the race. As we'll get ready to go back for green. Don't forget, next week, we will, of course, will be back in action with the excitement of the Northwest Racing Series, and it'll be a fun one as we narrow down to the end of the season. We'll be off the following week, but we're going to the Munster Mile at Dover. And we're taking off 4th of July, coming back, and we'll be at Talladega and down to those final 3 races. Field works off of turn number 3, coming back to the line. Green flag back out. 26 laps to go A car, ink and blink and nod. It's Barnes, already a multi-time winner of ARCA this year. He sets his sights on May for the lead, and Odenbacher on the defense into one.
Yeah, Odenbacher's doing a great job on that high side, but here comes Ryan Bay on that inside line as they work down the backstretch. They're 3-4 wide, it looks like, for a second, as you see them right there, Wesley. But now, look at Newton pushing Odenbacher, but that's hurting Odenbacher, as now Ryan Bay is going to be able to pick up the position as they're 3 wide coming into 3.
We'll keep an eye on that, won't we, as all this going on again. Watch this now. Down into turn number 2, into turn 3 now. Already working to complete another lap. It's now, whoa, Pinagoro below the apron of the 10. Somehow he holds him off and then will hold it across the stripe. Now it's Garber. Garber gets around Pinagoro. He'll set his sights on Dickman, the top 10, in a scramble into turn 1.
Yeah, Bryce Dickman now all over the back of Travis Barnes, but he's got company from the 94 of Garber, as Casey's going to look to the inside of Bryce Dickman, trying to pick up the position. You see it right there, Wesley. These two are not done yet battling for this position.
Yeah, I don't even think they're warming up the pipes just yet. Boy, the song and dance has already got started. Now 25 laps to go. Down to the inside, the shuffle dance begins. It's now Smith. He'll get around Barnes in the 4. Here comes the Airstream 00. He'll set his sights on another black car. It's the 15 of Chris White. Back into the top 15 as they work their way coming off the corner.
Yeah, Kevin Smith trying to get around Chris White right here, trying to take that position away, but meanwhile up front, Dickman now trying to take the position away from Travis Barnes up here, and now you got Grady also trying to battle with Sean Bryceman. Wesley, there's battles going on all over the track.
Yeah, there really is, man. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now as they put another lap on the board. Here they come down that back stretch now, heading into the tunnel turn, into turn number 2. Right now, it's Ryan Bay in the lead, but it is a mad scramble behind them. Shuffling inside, outside, trying to get the decks aligned. It's now Barnes. He'll pull behind Grady's car. That's the Slime 1. He's now got company. Pinagoro, Dickman, Garber, they're trying to shuffle through the pack. We got a car on the wall. Pinagoro in trouble in 3. He slams against the safer barrier. Everybody gets by him, and he free falls like lyrics to a Tom Petty song heading into 1.
Yeah, just falling back just after that contact. You see it right there. But meanwhile, up here, Travis Barnes all over the back of Bobby Grady, just trying to find a way. And Grady's trying to find a way to get to Bryceman. Bryceman's trying to find a way around Newton.
Everybody's trying to shuck and jive and find whatever dance partner they can. Right now, top 6 nose to tail. They start to pull away from one another, except for Grady. He might get greedy. Correction, it's Barnes. Barnes on the inside. Smith behind the battle. Stickman door to door. Here comes now Barnes making a move on the 1 and the Breitzman car up in front as they work in 3.
Yeah, coming down at 3, down that long front stretch. As we see, it's just a gaggle of cars behind Grady and Barnes as they continue to battle, but now Newton's going to get alongside of Ottenbacher, take over that position, move Newton into the number 2 spot for the moment.
All this going on now as they work in the corner. Up high, Bobby Grady's car now, almost slapping off the wall. Barnes reels him in like bait on a hook. Breitzman now better check up because they're coming hot after him. Grady on his back bumper. A little winkle there. Blinking again is Barnes. He holds his line. He's on the inside behind the 1 as they work in 2.
Yeah, Travis Barnes doing his best Magic Band impression. Now you see me, now you don't. As he's trying to get alongside of Bobby Grady. And now Sean Breitzman's going to take the position away from Ottenbacher as he drops down to the turtles just to get a little bit of a run. But look at Ottenbacher on that outside line, going to get the position as they hit the line.
Inside, outside, bobbing, weaving, looking, down to the inside goes Breitzman. He'll set his sights now on Ottenbacher. Ottenbacher now shuts the door. They'll work it now. Barnes will reel them in. So does Bobby Grady. All these guys work their way to the back straightaway.
Yeah, and all this going on, and meanwhile, as Breitzman's going to try to get alongside of Ottenbacher, but up front, it is just a runaway from Ryan Bay. As we see further back, the 88 machine is battling with Dickman. That's going to be Taylor Alto trying to get position on the outside. Dickman on the inside is going to get the advantage as they touch as they come out at 3.
Alto, a little contact there with Chris White. Here comes Harris, Frank Harris. Now he has to check up and make a move in front of Chris White, not to get collected. All this behind Bryce Dickman. 5, 6 cars, another scrum as they work their way back into turn 1. Information on Pinangoro. Pinangoro into the outside wall. He is on pit road on damage clock. 20 to go. That's 50 miles left in Pocono. They're back in turn 1.
Yeah, coming out of 1 and down the back stretch as you see him coming through here. Here comes Chris White. He'll try to get alongside of Alto. Alto having help from Brian Barnes in that popsicle number 4 machine. Now White throws the block on Barnes. That's going to allow Alto to get away as we see White and Barnes still battling as they come into 3.
Into 3, here they come. No turn 4 here at Pocono needed at the tricky triangle. Here they come across the stripe now. Under 50 miles remaining. Now to the inside, it's Chris White. He'll throw the block on Barnes. Barnes now with Harris behind him. All these guys now start to play nice. Nose to tail back into 1.
Yeah, starting to get a little single foul out just for a moment, but then they get right back together as we see this field coming through. Ryan Bay got all the trouble coming from Paul Newton trying to catch up as now we see Barnes, Travis Barnes work under John Ottenbacher, trying to take that position away as they touch for just a moment coming into 3.
Barnes on the bottom. He's got Ottenbacher now, and here comes Brightsman trying to take that spot away. By the way, here's something to think about. Last time that we saw Ottenbacher pit was lap 22. Everybody else lap 32. Ottenbacher's going to have to come down to the pit lane eventually. He's on the inside trying to hold off his teammate Brightsman up top, and Barnes and Grady in the middle of that sandwich at 2.
Yes, we see Brightsman and Ottenbacher battling. Meanwhile, we're going to see our first car duck down pit road. That's going to be the 8 machine of Gary Nichols coming in the True Timber Ford Mustang, excuse me. He'll come in. Oh, looks like he overshot his pit.
Yeah, looks like the True Timber Redhead Hats number 8 Ford of Gary Nichols overshot his pit stall, and he lost valuable time because of it. Ryan Bay in the lead. When will they come down to the pit lane? As off the pit lane exit goes the 8 car of Nichols. Got to wonder if that's an undercut, Emmett. Right now, 17 to go. The leaders are back in 1.
Yeah, big little bit of an undershot on his pit. And also, yeah, just like you were saying, that is definitely a big undercut. But, I mean, he's trying to throw a Hail Mary, but he did that costume since he undershot his pit. So it'll be interesting, Wesley, to see how that plays out. But meanwhile, Sean Brightsman is all over the back of Travis Barnes, just trying to find a way as Brightsman's in the wall coming into 3.
Yeah, he is up into the wall. Brightsman just tagged the outside safer barrier. Just a little smidge, maybe a little damage, not much. He still stays in the gas. He'll set his sights on Travis Barnes for 3rd. 16 to go as they cross the line. It is Bay, Newton, Barnes, Brightsman, Grady. Now Barnes trying to go after Newton for that spot. Brian Barnes now trying to crack back into the top 10 as they work into turn 1.
Going into 1 now, Brian Barnes having the position over Frank Harris as he's trying to get the position, trying to get up next to Chris White, excuse me, as now they're trying to catch Bryson Dickman, as Dickman is trying to catch up to Alto. And you see this starting to fan out as they start going single file, Wesley, as they come out and coming into 2.
Yeah, now you're caught up with little eeny, meeny, mighty mo, and who's going to catch a tiger by their toe. Right now, Ryan Bay is the one that they want to holler, but they can't let him go, as now Newton will now try to reel these guys back in. Here comes Harris now back down to the inside. The all-time starter for the Northwest Fun Series makes his move in the Sunkist car. He'll make a move with a Popsicle car. Nothing like Popsicle and Sunkist as we move into the final week of spring, heading into the summer as they work into turn 1.
Going into 1 now, you see Kevin Smith with the advantage, but the 94 machine is right there trying to find the momentum as Alto and Dickman are side by side as they come down the backstretch. Don't count out Chris White. He's right up in the party too, Wesley, as they come into 2.
Closing in on 35 miles remaining with 15 to go. Now down to the outside lane comes now Kevin Smith. The Airstream 00 for Win Racing's now caught speed. He's in the whip. Garber will now follow. So does Taylor Alto. They're all single file coming off of the rumble strip. Side of 3 back to the line.
Back to the line, and from Smith on back, it is a huge gap from Smith to the leader. Meanwhile, up front, we got a battle for the lead as Paul Newton's going to shoot to the inside. Coming down the backstretch, Newton with the advantage. Barnes goes high to help Bay. It's going to help Bay out as they come into turn number 2.
He will give him plenty of room as Ryan Bay now starts to get on the defensive. He's got to hold off the likes of Newton to his inside. Barnes up top behind him. Brightsman will follow. Bobby Grady also in the slime green number 1 machine, the Mountain Dew colors of that car. All these drivers start to pick and choose where they want to go. Who's got friends? Who's got frenemies? As they work off turn 3 and the laps wind down at Pocono.
Yeah, as we see right there, Sean Brightsman all over the back of Travis Barnes. Got him a little loose. Looked like he picked those rear wheels off just a little bit off the ground. But as they go into 1, Paul Newton with the advantage. But here comes Travis Barnes on the inside. He'll get up to the corner panel coming down the backstretch. Here they come down the backstretch. And it's going to be Barnes with the advantage. They fan out, Wesley, as they come into 2.
Big grab there as they work to the inside. Barnes now inside, still blinking there for the 0-10 two-time winner this year. He now opens the door. There's contact. Paul Newton gets loose. He got sideways. They both get sideways. Brightsman's licking his chops. He's ready to pounce on both of them. 2 for 1. McGrady's on the back door. Brightsman as they work the apron in 3.
Barnes gonna be able to clear Newton, but that's gonna allow Ryan Bay to get away while they're battling as they're still just beating and banging. Big push coming to the 27 for Brightsman. We got Grady into the wall as they come out of 1.
It's like bumper cars. 1 minute they go to the high side. Next minute they make contact. They bounce off the walls. They bounce off of one another. Grady loses ground on Brightsman. Now that's the battle for the lead. Barnes now trying to get away from his adversary Newton. He's on the defense to hold off Brightsman, and now Grady starts to reel him back in. Barnes is going after the leader as we close in on 10 to go, and now it's Barnes in the wall again. He loses ground to the inside. He'll go 2 for 1 and go to second and 3.
11 laps to go as they come down through turn 3. When they hit the line, it'll be 11 to go, excuse me. But now Paul Newton is going to get past. Sean Brightsman's going to move into the number 2 spot as they go into 1, Wesley. Keep an eye on that 27 car.
What a show these guys have put on. The best race of the night is right now. Right place, right time, where you want to be. Here comes Brightsman to the bottom. He's got Newton up top. They're stride for stride, door to door. Meanwhile, Ryan Bay's got to get on the gas and fast. Brightsman's running him down. Brightsman, Newton, Barnes, Grady, they hook up. They can run down the leader in 2.
0.6 of a second is the gap that separates Brightsman from Bay. Separates Brightsman from getting the win in this Northwest ARCA Series, Spring ARCA Series. As you see, Barnes starting to blink in and out. He'll dive it down all the way to the grass, trying to take the position away for the P3. At the line, it's going to be a drag race. Barnes with the advantage for 3rd as they go into 1.
They almost make contact. They rub fenders. It's 10 laps to go. 25 miles remaining at Pocono. Ryan Bay now holds on to that 0.6 of a second lead as now further back behind the top 10. It's Dickman, Barnes, Harris trying to go after it is Garber as well as they watch on in 1.
As we see right here down the back strip, it's going to pick them up as now Dickman will get alongside Alto, and now Frank Harris trying to find a way, but he's got all kinds of company, as now Brian Barnes is actually going to pass Harris. He's going to try to get inside Dickman as they come into 2.
There is great racing going on all over. Now, Bryce Dickman, last week's winner, first-time winner in Northwest on the inside. He won the Munster Mile. Next week, he won the Magic Mile last week is what I meant to say at New Hampshire. Now he starts to fall out of line, gets passed by the 71 of Guyroy. Harris, Barnes, others. He free falls. 9 to go at Pocono. They're back in 1.
Starts to fan out as now we see Bryce Dickman trying to get alongside of Chris White, excuse me. And
back to the battle for third. Back to the battle for third. Emmett, as now it's not done yet. Paul Newton, Travis Barnes, stride for stride, door to door, going at it now as they come to 8 to go into turn number 3.
Yeah, we see Travis Barnes, Wesley, get all the way down on the grass trying to make this pass, and he makes it. Does he clear him? Not for the moment, as Newton is still at the quarter panel. At the line, it looked like it was Newton with the advantage, as Newton will now clear Travis Barnes as they go into 1.
Yeah, they're doing all they can to try to race Travis Barnes, but Barnes is also on the defensive because he keeps blinking. Everybody wants to steer clear of the 0-10 in case he pops out of view with netcode. If he pops back in their view, he might get hit by one of those other cars. Now Barnes shows full view. He'll now set his sights on Newton again. 8 to go as they work in turn 2.
Coming out of 2 down this little front chute, Travis Barnes trying to get up to the back of Paul Newton as they go into 3. Barnes trying to find a way, but meanwhile up front, Ryan Bay starting to pull away by 0.5 of a second over our second place car, Mr. Sean Breitzman. 6 to go this time, Wesley, as they go into 1.
That's 7 laps to go, actually, my friend. 7 remaining. Don't take the lap away of action from everybody else. It's been a dandy of a good one. It's right now Bay still holding on to that 0.3 of a second lead. Here comes Sean Breitzman. Here, Kitty. Bobby Grady, the Slimer 1, bounce it off the wall again. And the leaders are starting to run each other down as they work that back straightaway.
Yeah, working that back straightaway, we see 2 groups right here. Here's the second group as Kevin Smith's going to be leading him. And then you got the 94 Casey Garber trying to get alongside of him, as now Ottenbacher is getting all he can from Chris White, just trying to hold on to that 8th place. But now you see Chris White being able to drive past Ottenbacher. So move White into the number 8 spot just for a moment, though, because here comes Ottenbacher on the outside. 6 to go now, Wesley.
Now 6 remaining as now comes Chris White. Now he'll power back to the Mobile 1 Toyota to the inside. U.S. Air Force colors of John Ottenbacher. He was in the restart the last time we went to green. Last time he pitted lap 22. Everybody else lap 32. Boy, he is stretching it margin for margin to try to go to the finish. Ottenbacher now back to 8th as they work their way to the back straightaway.
Working their way through the back straightaway into the tunnel turn. As you see right here, he's on the gas. And look
he's
at
in red.
that. Yeah, look at that. The fuel just in the red. So let's see, is he clutching in the corners? I don't think he's really clutching by the look of the telemetry as we're seeing.
I think John Ottenbacher is going to run this thing till he runs out. I'm being honest with you. I don't think he's got any choice in the matter. As right now he races along with Chris White. That's the battle now. Going on for 8th and 9th. They flip-flop those spots. Meanwhile, Breitzman has ran down Ryan Bay. He's on his inside, looking for the lead of the long pond straightaway in 1.
Going down the long pond straightaway is now, here comes Ryan Bay trying to hold off Sean Breitzman. It's the Blizzard Toyota Camry of Breitzman as he's trying to get the advantage as he gets up to the back bumper, trying to get to the quarter panel as they come into 3, Wesley.
From Long Pond straightaway to Pennsylvania Avenue, here they come. Who's going to roll the dice and collect the win? 5 laps to go. Make it 4 to go. When they come off of turn 3, they're full speed ahead. Now we got Breitzman off the pace. He might have tagged the wall. 10 miles remain at Pocono. Ryan Bay to the lead as they go into turn 1.
Bay with the lead, but now you got Paul Newton all over the back bumper of Bay as now Barnes trying to help Newton out. you know, that's kind of funny because these two were going hard at it, but now Barnes helping Newton just for a moment, as now he's going to get in line with Ryan Bay, trying to give Bay the advantage. They're single file as they coming into two, Wesley.
John Ottenbacher on pit road. He could not go the distance like we thought. He enters onto the pit lane right now. 4, make it 3 laps to go as they rumble into turn number 3 off the tunnel turn. It is now Ryan Bay. He's in the lead. There's Paul Newton in second. Travis Barnes back there. Brightsman back there. Single file. Bay is gone. 3 to go. They're heading into 1.
Going into 1, Ryan Bay with the advantage. Now you see the snake effect trying to break that draft, but it's not going to work. Paul Newton all over the back of Bay. Here they come down the backstretch. Here comes Paul Newton. He'll pull alongside of Ryan Bay just for the moment. Can't get there as they go into 2.
By the way, Wygen has worked his way back up to the spot for the lucky dog or the free pass. If the caution was to come out, he would get the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Speaking of great battling, Newton, Barnes leaning on one another as they rumble into turn number 3 in McCrow. They're heading your way.
Coming into 3, now coming down the front chute to see the line. Popsicle sticks will go up in the air. But here's the thing, Wesley, that is hurting both of them as they continue to race side by side. Now Brightsman's going to give Newton a push as they go into 1.
2 laps to go. 5 miles remain here in the tricky triangle. It's Bay now. 0.2 of a second over Newton. Brightsman, Barnes, they are ready to fight it out. The final 4 here in Pennsylvania's virtual Pocono on the turn 1.
Going down the backstretch as we see Ryan Bay with the advantage, but now Brightsman trying to block Barnes. That's going to allow Newton to catch up to the back of Bay. Now you see Brightsman trying to get to the back of Newton, trying to get the advantage. Oh, there goes Travis Barnes.
Travis Barnes spins, crashes, other cars slamming into him. Bobby Grady involved. Everybody else sliding to the top of the racetrack, zigging, zagging to miss Travis Barnes. 1 car did get collected, and the caution is out. This sets up overtime at Pocono. Emmett Crow, you saw it happen on the Long Pond straightaway.
Yeah, so what happened right here is you see Travis Barnes is all over the back of Brightsman, and it looked like Barnes just tried to get alongside. We'll see it here in a second. So Barnes, well, let's...
There was contact.
Yeah, there definitely was contact. Right here. So now Travis Barnes, as he didn't see Brightsman get in the wall and was just collected.
I believe that's Garber. They got a piece of it as well. Let's go on board with Casey Garber, Charles Wooten in the production truck. Not for the faint of heart. Keep an eye on this one. By the way, Tom Wygen with this caution, late caution, will get the free pass. He is back on the lead lap. Watch this. Hell, he's got a car blinking in front of him. Here up ahead, there's smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he couldn't go anywhere at all.
It might have been, I don't think it was Kevin Smith. I think it was Garber. No, it was Kevin Smith. No, it was Garber.
It was Garber.
Oh, whoa.
Hard
Woo.
contact.
There it is. Kevin Smith knew to get down to the bottom quickly. And what a heartbreak for Casey Garber, Emmett Crow. He had such a good run going for him. Now, the $1 million question. Do you pit? Yes or no? They are psyching one another. Are they coming in? Yes. Paul Newton did not, though. Paul Newton stayed out.
Kevin Smith stays out as well, Wesley.
Everybody else is on pit road.
Wow.
Oh.
Mind games. Mind games.
By the way, they will get 2 attempts at overtime. We call this free racing, overtime racing, Pocono. We got a wreck on pit road. You got to get in your box.
You know who this
You got to back up, and you are hurting yourself royally as Ryan Bay enters first, exits first. That's Chris White, who had problems on pit road. Actually, I don't think it was Chris White. My apologies. I don't think it was.
I
think it might have been Garber.
It might have been. This is going to help out John Ottenbacher tremendously. Also,
Wow.
Tim Garski stays out as well.
Now, John Ottenbacher, by the way, pitted on lap 56. He is back on the lead lap. He is in 4th. Fresher tires, 4-lap differential from Bay, Brightsman, White, Dickman, all those guys behind him that are coming off the pit lane exit. Now, Paul Newton, Kevin Smith, Tim Garski, they all last pitted on lap 32. Strap in, quick break, overtime, Pocono, Northwest, next.
Forget the crowded parks and backyard sparklers. The real show is at your local track. Dirt flying, engines roaring, and fireworks blasting overhead. Thursday night, we're kicking things off at Rocket Raceway Park. The action continues on Friday with Lafayette County, Sabine, Hutt County, and Boyd. And on Saturday, buckle up for even more at Grayson, Boot Hill, Southern Oklahoma, Super B, and 105 Speedway. It's full throttle racing, fireworks that'll shake the sky, and memories that'll stick long after the smoke clears. Get out to your local track or join the fun from anywhere on Race On.
Elevate your next event with our next level screens. Bring them closer to the action. Stunning LED displays for sporting events, concerts and festivals, corporate conferences, trade shows, or seminars. Captivate your audience. We deliver, set up, and let your crowd see every moment. Provide real-time content updates. Advertise to large audiences. And with our content services on site, reach maximum exposure. This is Done Right TV, LED screen rentals and sales. Call or visit us online. Bookings are going fast.
Welcome back to Pocono. We are getting ready for overtime. Emmett Crow, Charles Wooten on production. I'm Wesley Outland. Don't forget, we are back in action on Monday and Thursday of next week. It'll be at the Monster Mile, Dover Motor Speedway. We'll take off for 4th of July, and then we'll come back to Talladega. No rest for the weary, I can tell you that much. As now Paul Newton will be alongside with Tim Garski. Remember Tim Garski? What happened to him earlier? Got into an accident with Jeff Stabnow. He has a chance now to fight for the win. Couple of Fords on the front row with Newton and Garski. Bay Ottenbacher, row number 2. Now something to think about. The front row, last time they pitted, lap 32. You ever heard of the cliche, bringing a knife to a gunfight? We might see this on the restart. Paul Newton, though, will not be denied. He has a flawless restart. Pulls up in front of Garski. Garski holds everybody up behind him. Overtime number 1. They're in turn 1.
Yeah, that was Ryan Bay trying to get around Garski on the outside. Now he's battling with John Ottenbacher as he wasn't able to catch up to Garski. All they got to do, Wesley, is get back to the line.
Crashing.
Oh,
no!
Oh, my God!
Harris airborne. Bryce Dickman, last week's winner in the wall. Dana Rogers has crashed. So many other drivers involved. Kevin Smith is involved. Caution out. We're going to overtime number 2. Here's a replay, Emmett.
Yeah, and just like you were saying, I mean, Garski was holding everybody up, and that's going to check up the whole field and trying to see what happened right here.
Watch what happened to Frank Harris. Watch the 77 here. He literally got slung like a pinball from one side of the field to the other, and he went tilt. Yeah, that camera angle sucks. It don't really show anything. It's too far away. And from another angle. Yeah, we're going to try to get a little bit closer, guys. On board, Frank Harris. Boy, this will be squeamish. I mean, there is Dickman and Harris, and watch this. Listen. Whoa! Wow. From another angle. Yeah, let's out of on board. Let's from another angle watch this again. Emmett, what happened here, man? I see Dickman and Harris. I see he got on the front bow of the 77 car, the 18 of Dickman did, and then all of a sudden it just, I'm trying to figure out what sent the 77 lurching, catapulting, if you will, from the inside to the outside. Watch this again. Bam!
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it just looked like...
He got hit from another car. It looked like Guyroy collected the 77 and sent him airborne there, Emmett.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, because I was wondering, how did he get into the corner panel at Dickman?
Right there.
They were racing. Oh, man.
Watch the 71 right here. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Bam.
Man.
That's it. And Gary Nichols sent him airborne, that 8 car.
They couldn't see the 8 car.
Taylor Alto, Tom Wychett, Frank Harris, all on pit road again. Bryce Dickman. Kevin Smith got collected in it. But Kevin Smith is not stopping. He's in the 12th spot. All right, everybody. We will get ready for overtime number 2. This will be the final attempt of overtime, meaning that if another caution flag comes out before the end of this race, before they take the checkered flag, just like NASCAR, the race is frozen at time of caution, and whoever is up in front in their scoring positions will be awarded the win. If we get the white flag, if we take that CRN 1 to go, even though we don't have a graphic up yet for it, if we take the CRN 1 to go, they will race back Emmett to the finish.
Oh, gosh. Racing back to the line, I love it. You know, going back to the old school rules, you know, new school, field's frozen, but I love having to race back to the line to win it.
Yeah, they take that white flag, they ain't stopping. The finish is coming up from Pocono, and it should be a dandy.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Lights off for the pace truck as we will get ready to go back for a restart. Thanks for joining us for coverage of iRacing on this Thursday night, Friday morning early. Emmett Crow, Wesley Outland. Of course, we got our buddy, Mr. Charles Wooten on production. And we are ready to settle it. Paul Newton trying to stay out in front. Tim Garski had a scare on the restart. He got saved by the caution, if you will. Paul Newton will be the man ready to bring him back to green. He'll be looking for his second win this year, if he can pull it off. Emmett, he won on May 21st at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The comparison, 2.5 miles. That's the only thing separating the difference of Indy and Pocono.
It's totally right with this. These tracks are totally different. The length is the same, but the layout and the corners and everything are nowhere near the same.
Paul Newton, Tim Garski in the Fords on the front row. The bow ties of Ryan Bay, John Ottenbacher. He is right back in this game again. Remember, everybody pitted on lap 32, the front row. It was Ottenbacher on lap 56, everybody else at lap number 60 when the race should have been over. But we're going to overtime number 2. Side by side, Garski with an outside lane holding up the rows again, and Newton gets another great restart. It's deja vu as they work into turn 1.
Yeah, going into one now. Newton gets the restart that he needed. Now Brian Bay's going to try to get along. So look at that. Garski took him out.
Garski took out Paul Newton, and it collected everybody else. And it looks like Ryan Bay is going to come away with the win.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Keep an eye on the restart. What? Tim Garski, he went to the inside into block Bay, and then he tags the back of Paul Newton. My goodness, he didn't hit him dead center, and because of that, it caused the crash. This race is over. Ryan Bay's gonna win. Wow. That is the mixture of several things. One, tires are gone on the front runners' cars. Number two, Tim Garski tagged the back of Newton's car. He did not hit him dead center, if you will, Paul Newton. I talked about this with Jeremy Stanley in the truck race here in Pocono on Monday night. There's times when you go and you hit somebody, you want to hit them dead center in the back. You don't want to hit them in the left or the right, because if you do, that is what happens. Crash, race over, Ryan Bay is the winner. Oh, and by the way, he was on the pole.
Yeah, great job by Ryan Bay. But yeah, just like you were saying, Wesley, I mean, the thing is with these new body styles, if you don't hit them square in the back, then you're going to send them around, and you see it all these times. And there's a time to push and when not to push, and that right there looked like a time not to push. But I mean, could have been impatience also from Garski, but I don't know. I hate it for Paul Newton. Had a great car, great strategy call to stay out. Looked like it was going to pay off for him in the end.
It looks like there's only 5 or 6 cars left on the racetrack. It looks like a demolition derby, as only 14 of the 30 cars are actually going to be showed as either finishing the race or being multiple laps down. Charles, show us the restart one more time. Emmett, I want you to analyze this for us. What is the what went right and what went wrong here?
Well, just like I was saying before, Wesley, there's a time to push and not to push. I think Garski thought that when he shot down, he thought that he was going to give Newton a push to get him away from the field. But, I mean, just like you said, he didn't hit him square, and that's what could happen. And we see it time in and time out, both at the super speedways and these bigger speedways where the draft comes into play. And I just don't understand why people just can't be patient.
Well, I will say this. I do understand that it was the last restart. I do understand that it was 2 laps to go. But I think you could have done it a little bit differently. I'm not saying that Tim Garski is at fault. I just think that there was a little impatience, maybe a lack of inexperience as well. And that's what caused what we got. Ryan Bay, though, will celebrate. It will be his 2nd win this year in the Northwest ARCA Spring Division here. He won round number 2 of the year at Atlanta, Echo Park Speedway, Atlanta. That's a super speedway track. He won that race, by the way, back on April the 2nd. So, hindsight 2020, Emmett, it's been a while since Ryan Bay's been in victory lane, as the 37 will slam into him. Yeah. And we have a little bit of what we call a Northwest high five salute. I don't know if we're going to have much of it.
I was going to say, I don't know if we're going to.
Oh, Tyler King with a nice slam.
I was going to say, we might not have enough cars, Wesley, to do a high five salute.
Yeah, I think they're going to try. There was at least one hit, so yeah. And obviously, 2 attempts at overtime. We went for 2, and then obviously that crash changed everything, and it's going to be Ryan Bay. From the pole, he wins, by the way. Ryan Bay led the most laps of everybody, 48 of the 68 laps here tonight at Pocono. At the end of 170 miles, that's 20 miles more than what they, or 10 miles, it is 20 miles more than what they were supposed to have ran. At the end, of course, it is one lead change amongst 4 different leaders, 8 cautions for 22 laps. Ryan McLeod was the hard charger, up 19 spots. Ryan Bay led the most laps. Bobby Grady was the fastest car, the Slimer tonight, with a 52.661. And again, Ryan Bay from the pole gets it done and wins. We will talk to Ryan Bay, Tyler King, and Brian Barnes on the podium here at Pocono in just a moment. Ryan McLeod will finish 4th. Calvin Guyroy will finish in 5th. Taylor Alto. How about Todd Wygant? Hey, there was Derek Stoffel. Derek Stoffel was cheering on Tom Wygant. Stayed out of trouble at the right time. Started in the top 20. He'll finish 7th. Got back on the lead lap after a late race caution, and he'll end up with a top 10. Stephen Paulison, John Odenbacher rolls the dice with the top 10, and so does Sean Brightsman Emmett here at Pocono.
Yeah, in 11th, you're going to find Kevin Smith after starting P3. Just had a tough break in that towards the end of the race. And Dana Rogers is going to come in 12th after starting P27. So great job by Dana Rogers. Travis Barnes, after all that, is going to finish in P12 after the single car wreck. And then 14th is going to be Gary Nichols. 15th, Paul Newton. After all that, Paul Newton goes from leading this race to finishing P15. Tim Garski's going to finish right behind him in 16th. 17th is going to be Chris White. 18th, Frank Harris. 19th, Bryce Dickman. And 20th, Bobby Grady.
By the way, 14 cars on the lead lap when the checkered flag fell in double overtime. Casey Garber, 9 laps down in 21st. Jake Peningoro, at one time a front runner, he crashed out in 31 laps down, 22nd. Then it's Seth Cooper, Ray Fournier, Troy Daggett, top 25. Jason Leake, Jeff Stabnow with an accident with Tim Garski in the start of the race. He'll finish in 27th. Disappointingly tonight, Kyle Matthews, Devin Matthews, Ray Partridge, all those drivers, of course, crashed out early in the race. Let's go now to Victory Lane, and we join Ryan Bay. He's not won since April 2nd when he won round 2 at Echo Park, Atlanta. Ryan, I know it's not the way you want to win it, but a win's a win, buddy. Congratulations to you. Right place, right time. What's your take on what you saw in the cockpit?
Yeah, thanks, Wesley. Yeah, it's not exactly how I want to race or how I want to win a race. I feel like I ran a really great race there and then made the wrong decision to pit at the end there. I think that was Paul's win. Then unfortunately he got taken out there. So unfortunately it's a win at Paul's misfortune, but it does feel good. I feel like I've been running really consistent and putting myself in positions if something like that happens, and unfortunately it did. But yeah, ran a great race, was up front almost the entire race there. Had some good race in there. It was really hard to pass and some really interesting maneuvers to try to break the draft and keep those guys behind me as much as I could. But it ended up working out.
So I got to ask you, Ryan, we go to Talladega in 2 weeks. You know, you've won on these big super speedways. How do you feel about your chances at Talladega and, of course, Dover next week as well?
Yeah, these types of tracks, the 1.5 miles, and 2 mile for Pocono, or however long Pocono is, I don't remember. But
2.5 miles.
Yeah, these intermediate tracks are definitely my strength. Last time I raced Talladega in the league, in the ARCA cars, I blew my engine on the pace lap, I'm pretty sure. So I have a pretty low bar to try to beat going to Talladega in a couple weeks. So hopefully we can do better than that. I've done good at Daytona in previous seasons, so we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, looking forward to some more tracks that are in my wheelhouse these next couple weeks.
Hey, I got to ask you to segue this into thanking your sponsors, by the way, Ryan. But in addition to that, you were 1 point behind Paul Newton in the championship spring ARCA standings coming into tonight's race. Obviously, what does it mean? Obviously, what happened to Paul, but you're going to come away with the points lead as well, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pad it as much as I can because I think I'm gonna have to miss one more race here, which is I've already used up my drop races, so I need to try to build up as much of a lead as I can because I'm gonna be, 30, 40 points short or maybe even more on some of these other guys. So we'll see how long I can keep that. I'm already 2 races short of everyone in the standings right now, and I'm still at the top. So hopefully that's a good sign, but we'll see how the drop weeks and everything work out towards the end of the season. And yeah, just want to thank Beaver State Racing for letting me crash their Discord the past couple of weeks. It's been fun hanging with them. And check out neum.app for an awesome iRacing stats website. And thank you guys in the booth. Thanks for Sean, Jeff, and everyone in the league for putting this on for us and dealing with everyone's crap.
Northwest Fun Series race number 18 for Ryan Bay. His second win, 11th top 5 and 13th top 10. Ryan Bay gets his second win in the ARCA division. Thanks, buddy. Let's go down and grab another Beaver State driver. As Ryan Bay said, it's kind of a Beaver State 1-2. Tyler King in the Ford number 21 will finish second. Tyler, your take of tonight's race. You were in the hunt, you're bouncing off the wall, you're driving on the apron or the turtles. You look like you had a fun time out there tonight.
Well, we ended up where we were hoping to. Yeah, the road to get there was definitely not what we wanted. Yeah, we're somehow able to. We got lucky with that last yellow and got the last bit of my car fixed, and just had a killer restart there and got on the inside of everybody. And unfortunately, my best buddy in the league got wiped out while in the lead, and it was to Ryan and my fortune. Yeah, just crazy race. Like I said, I'm just happy to salvage that one because, yeah, I got wrecked on the back straightaway and asked a really strange question afterward, and yeah, just happy to be where I am.
So let me ask you this, Tyler. I mean, you've been dominating in the trucks and coming over to the ARCA. How do you feel about your chances as we go to Dover and Talladega in a couple of weeks?
Well, Dover the last couple of years for me hasn't gone so well. I think we salvaged a good finish last year in the ARCA race, but for being my favorite track, I haven't ran very well there the last few years, so we'll see what happens. And I love Talladega. Talladega is a great one, especially in the trucks. I feel like the group seems to work really well together, and now that we actually have a group, it's not just Paul and I think we might have even better shot at getting that one done. But racing ARCA cars at any restrictor plate, or I don't know what to call them anymore. I guess these cars do have restrictor plates, but they're pretty wild in these things because there's huge, draft pull, and you can't really bump. So we'll see. You just got to survive that one.
Hey, Tyler, segue this into thanking your sponsors as well, sir. But a pretty good points night for you, too. You might move up to second because, let's be honest, you were only 8 points back to Paul Newton coming into tonight's race as well.
Yeah, the points are working out pretty good. And I got a fairly small point drop that's coming because I missed Canadian Tire. I had a fairly bad run or bad finish at Daytona. So when the drops come into effect, I don't think I'll be too far behind Ryan, probably like 20 points, but it's really hard to gain points on a guy who is, scoring all the stage points and, running top 5 every week. So we'll see what happens.
Please thank your sponsors.
Oh, yeah, I always thank you guys for putting on the show, Sean, Jeff, all the hard work and money they put into letting us have fun every week. Obviously, welcome to Ryan to Beaver State Racing. If he would like to accept the invitation, we love having him chat with us every week. And thanks to Nicole Bryan Photography and MWM Countertops, my cousin down in Medford. Get your countertops and cabinets from him. Thanks, guys.
31st Northwest Fun Series race for Tyler King. He's a 3-time winner so far. He's got 16, now 17 top 5s and 24 top 10s. That's the thoughts of Tyler King. And Ryan, the olive branch has been extended. Would you become a part of Beaver State Racing?
I feel like I'm getting proposed to on the air
I
here.
know,
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
There you go. I guess he's got to think about it. It's not the. You got to pull the ring out there, Tyler. There you go. Got to pull out the red carpet. All right, let's grab the man that'll finish third, and that, of course, is Brian Barnes. He knows what it's like to be a champion. He won a Northwest Cup Series championship a couple of years ago. And Brian, a podium here tonight. Chaos all around you. Hold your own in the popsicle car. It got hot out there, didn't it?
Boy, howdy. Yeah, I was just mediocre tonight. I figured out a 10th place car and got lucky there with the seas parted at the end. So kind of made it for a nice week. Ended up with a third, fourth, and a fifth on the week and my first ever road course pole. So it was a successful week for me.
So, just asking you, how do you build on this going forward as y'all go to Dover and then take a week off and then head to Talladega in a couple weeks?
Just looking forward to it. Well, not looking forward to Talladega, but
I don't think anybody is.
Wait a minute, Brian. You won the Please God Not Lap 1 200 at Daytona. Okay, if you forgot about that, you won in March.
that is true, and I did forget about that, but never really, look forward to those restrictor plate tracks. They're just not real racing to me.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, Brian, please thank your sponsors, and obviously we will see you next week at Dover.
All righty. Well, I don't got no sponsors, but thank you guys for putting this on, and we'll catch you next week.
There you go. Popsicle. He likes popsicles. Summer's coming. So get you some popsicles. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your podium, of course, when it is all said and done. Ryan Bay, are you going to join Beaver State?
Oh, my gosh.
Final answer?
Whoops.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
There you go.
There we go.
He said yes.
He said yes.
There you
So
go.
it's official. There you go. So there you go. Tyler and Ryan Bay and the other drivers are a part of Beaver State Racing. So there you go. All right, guys. We'll bring them on out of here. Those are the guys that finish, of course, in the number 3 position. All right, Emmett, your final take of tonight. Thank you for filling in for my buddy Jeremy Stanley. MIA, I don't know what's going on with my buddy. I hope everything's okay. But your final take of this race, a pretty wild one. We actually were saying off air during commercial timeout, some of the best ARCA racing I think we saw was during those long green flag runs before the late race caution. We were entertained a pretty good show tonight, I think.
Yeah, we definitely were. First off, thanks for having me, Wesley, and LSRTV. It was honor, and Jeff Stabdow and Sean Brightsman also for the league. I mean, it was...
And Charles didn't boot you. You didn't,
I know, right?
You didn't scream. So, I'm proud of you. He got close. He said he got close.
I tell you, I was happier than a Hickory. I don't know what I was happier than.
Happier than a tornado in a trailer park. Were you trying to use the car store line there?
No, I wasn't trying to. But anyways, yeah, great racing.
My best friend.
We started off a little rough, had 3 or 4 cautions, but after that, the action picked up. Great racing. Hated for Paul Newton. Almost said Paul Newman, but Paul Newton. But congrats to Ryan Bay. Just at the right place at the right time, and see if he can build on this going forward to Dover next week, Wesley.
Yeah, I feel bad for Paul Newton, man. You even hear everybody in post-race say they thought that guy had it won, and I kind of follow the same sentiments. Tim Garski, not saying anything bad about him. The only thing that I will say is I hope he learns from this. I hope that I actually hope that somebody will actually talk to him or other members of the Northwest will not scald him, but have the chat. Hey man, maybe you should have done this instead of doing that. Because it took his chance of winning as well as a lot of others like Paul Newton out of the equation. But like I said, I'm a realist. I get it when it's the white flag and it's the last lap. All bets are off. I just wish that it could have been a different outcome than what it turned out to be. Next week, we're going to the Munster Mile, Dover Motor Speedway in virtual Dover, Delaware. Make sure you plan to join us. Hit Northwest Racing Series on Facebook. Join the group. Join Discord. And obviously get signed up. And obviously, we are closing in on the final races of the Spring Truck ARCA division. They're going to go 15 weeks, and then, of course, we come back after the summer for the official national tour that will fire up around, I believe, November. As always, go to livesimracing.com. We are Sieran.com, our broadcast partners at LSRTV and at Sieran Sports on social media as well. Jeremy Stanley, hope he'll be back with me on Monday. As always, for everybody at the Northwest Racing Series, partners and member on the board, including Jeff Stabnow, Sean Brightsman, John Odenbacher. For producer-director Charles Wooten, he didn't boot Emmett Crow. Emmett Crow, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to the driver. Of course, Ryan Bay, second win at ARCA tonight at Pocono. We'll see you next week at Dover. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.